decided that I have been enough of a piece of shit rat. For now. For now. At least for this video. I have helped a lot of people in giving them advice on Expedition and all the chats I'm a part of and everything I see. I see a lot of people trying to rush Expedition right now. So this is something I can definitely help with. I got mine done quite a while ago, and I did not have most of what I had now. I did not have all these. I wasn't using anything blue. I had none of this blue stuff, none of the blue shields, none of the blue augments. I was doing all green. I didn't have any of these. I was only doing Pharaoh, Stitcher, both level 1s, you know, real basic shit. So I'll go through a few pointers from what I've learned since then that will help out. Because, as most people know, for the Expedition, you're gonna go through completing it, and then you want to have stash value after that, which I've learned recently does include the amount of coins you have in order to get more benefits. And you can take the time yourself to look up the benefits and all that, because I'm going to try to make this video as short as I can. So what I want to do is try to show you how to get through this fast. So yes, obviously I didn't have all these. I finished my Expedition very early on before I had all of this loot that I have now. What I did have is I had a maxed out stash, so that was a very good focus, and at least an almost maxed out scrappy, and both of those are two things you need. So what I've learned recently with stash that has been a great help, and this can also be applied to the Expedition, and this is my recommendation. You can do what you want, but you need stash space because you're going to be ripping through maps very fast in order to get this done fast. A lot of what we're going to do is guarantee spawns, which means one item per spawn, one item per map. But it's guaranteed instead of wasting time looking for something, which is what a lot of people are doing. So, first recommendation is under your keys, delete all of them besides one raider hatch key. I'm only keeping this one now because I do have the space and I can, this is for a quest or whatever. But I was holding on to every single key. When you use them, your whole game becomes about going to that spot and getting in there, and the loot is almost never worth it. This is something that the devs need to rework. The value of the keys is so low. The most expensive one is a Raider Hatch key, which is 2,000, which is a small amount of money, and that's something you can make. I'm talking about money because the last stage of the Expedition is value. However, in the same category as keys, there's other areas in which you would rather have many items in that instead of keys. So delete all the keys. You might run some Raider Hatch keys, and we'll talk about that later. The other one is weapon mods. All of your weapon mods should be put on the weapons that you're storing. Even if you don't plan on using those weapons, or you're keeping them just to sell them for the Expedition or for the value after the Expedition, or you're using them only with friends, or whatever, it's free storage. So as you can see, almost all of these guns have mods on them. And that might not be something I want to do. I might play with some friends and I might want to pull out a Renegade, but maybe I don't want this, maybe I don't want the greens on there. Maybe I want to take those off and then put on some stuff that I have, you know, on a lower level gun, or take nothing on it or whatever. But right now, this Renegade is holding those mods. And you can say the same for all the other guns. It's extra storage space. Another one is ammunition. The only ammo that I really saved is launcher, which isn't relevant because I'm not really going after Queen or anything right now. All ammo can be made, and besides this one, all of the basic ammo, heavy, medium, light, is very easy to make, very easy to buy. I mean, you essentially could have unlimited ammo as long as you have a scrappy level that's pumping out enough basic materials that allows you to do so. So, starting this out, I'm assuming that whoever's watching is not a new player. If you are, it might be too late for you for the Expedition. It might not. This video might still help you. Regardless, the only two things I would ignore quests If your focus is the expedition, I would work on getting your stash up, which costs a lot of money, but most people did that as like the first thing, and getting scrappy up, because you might be making a lot of shit as you go through this and die or whatever. I only hold 1 stack of each ammo, roughly, just in case when I do make a loadout, I have it ready. You know, if I'm playing with other people, I can just put it in there. Or I carry nothing and I just make it every time or buy it or whatever. So those are the 3 big ones to clear up a lot of space, because I was running a maxed out stash for a long time and spending too much time going through and, oh, should I delete this? Should I delete that? Let me pull up a key real quick that tells me what I can use, what I can't use. Then I have to remember what workbenches am I working on or whatever. So those 3 things. Put your mods on guns. Don't carry any ammo, because it's very easy to make, very easy to buy. And don't carry any keys besides maybe 1 raider hatch key. That'll clear up a lot of stuff for you. And then personally, when it comes to crafting, earlier on, a lot of the basic materials I was carrying like 4 stacks or so of. And then I would say in more recent times I was carrying, I reduced those to like 2, as you can see here. And I was carrying more fabric so I can make more meds, because I was playing a lot with friends and just juicing through meds, because we like to do a lot of PvP together. Now I'm okay, because now I already have a lot built up in regards to, you know, shields, augments, and meds and stuff like that. So not a lot, but enough for the way I play. Starting with stash, because you want to have enough space in here. And for me, I'm comfortable around 220, 230 or whatever out of 280. Having that roughly 50 points is enough of a breathing area where I can manage this and keep moving at a lot faster rate. So I have a friend in this Discord I'm a part of, which I'm definitely not going to share. I have a friend that shared a picture, screenshot rather, I think it's from a Reddit post from arcraiders, that shows you every single stage of the expedition. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm actually just going to pull that up. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. So here's all the stages. I'm just going to roll through it, and I'm going to tell you what are the key items and what are the items that are easy to get. The whole entire first stage should be easy. Metal parts, rubber parts, Scrappy's pumping those out for you. If not, then you can favorite them or whatever. What's it called? Favorite? Repair. Track. You can track them or whatever. You can see I need maggots. Magnets right now, so I track that. Where the fuck did I put this bullshit ass fucking image? Did I close it? Oh, here we go. Arc alloy. Kill arc. You're always killing arc. Pick up alloy. That's all I can say about that. A lot of this, when we go into this and we're searching, it's, you know, a lot of these special items I'm about to talk about, they're a little bit more difficult to find, but we now know of guaranteed spawns of them. You're gonna want to take a loadout so you can have your little butthole safe pocket here so you can bring back that key item, because a lot of these are just run in, grab it, get out, run in, grab it, get out. So the first stage is very easy. Nobody should have any problems with that. The second stage, durable cloth, you make those with fabric. So that's not hard, but it takes like 14 fabric or whatever. Let's go see actually. Ooh, don't look at that. Okay. It takes... What's it, refiner? Yeah, see? It takes 14. So you're stacking fabric. And in the game, you're going to find different pieces of fabric that you, with your skill of crafting in the game, you can recycle into fabric. That's something that you'll see me do quite a bit, especially when I play in free loadouts, so that way I can turn those into bandages really fast. So, let me bring this back up. Okay, so wires, another thing that's pretty easy to get. Electrical components, another thing that's pretty easy to get. A lot of these can be made or purchased. So, let's see. I don't remember where... Is this advanced mechanical... Electrical components, you can see right here. All it costs to make this, and I am level 3. I don't remember what level you need for this. Probably level 2, I would assume, but I'm assuming whoever's watching this has at least gotten some workbenches up, some scrappy level ups, you know, stash level ups, and all that. You're at a decent point where you're like, oh fuck, I have to do the expedition now. It's almost over. Look at this. 8 plastic, 4 rubber. Very easy to make that. So a lot of this stuff is very easy. Sensors. Another thing that I don't know if you can make, but it's something that I focused, I tracked, and I was able to get pretty easily. So that brings us to our first more difficult thing, which is cooling fans. And what I was told, so this is research done by me, another person, you know, using Google quite a bit, testing that out, finding what is true, what isn't, and then recommendations from other people. Cooling fans, where I found to be the best place, is on what's that map called? On Electrostorm, and then going towards the launch towers, and then I think it's like the yellow lockers inside or something like that. Most of us know that Spaceport, oh, I don't know why I said Electrical Storm. That doesn't really matter right now. Obviously, if you go towards any of the map conditions, which this will become extremely relevant, especially when we look for the trinkets, for the money on the last stage. But everybody should know by now that when you go to map conditions, you have more arc. Usually the people are more aggressive, and you're going to have better loot. Now, I don't really recommend that for the guaranteed spawns, just because you can just pump out games really fast. People are a little bit more forgiving on the normal maps, even though now at this point in time, pretty much everybody's aggressive. So our first spot is going to be Spaceport Launch Towers, which is in the middle of the map. Get to the top, get to the yellow lockers or whatever, get as many cooling fans as you can. I'm pretty sure it's the yellow lockers, I could be wrong. But I'm almost 100% sure. I am going to go through these maps and try to show you these locations, but I'm just running through the list right now. So that's your first key item. Those are guaranteed spawns. They should be, rather. You should be able to find one cooling fan if you get the launch towers fast enough to get it before other people get there. It is a spot that people rush on that map because they like the PvP there. Okay. The next one, the next key item is light bulbs, okay? Batteries, easy to get. Sensors, easy to get. Exodus module, I think I have one spot for that, if I recall. But let's talk about light bulbs. So the guaranteed spawn on light bulbs is Damn Battlegrounds, and we will go there, don't worry. And Night Raid is not necessary for this because it's literally one every time. Damn Battlegrounds, you go to the electrical substation, which is in the southern part of the map, and then at the bottom of that area, an electrical substation, like outside of that little area, there's a white car, and in the hood of that white car, there's always a light bulb. Now, if you go to the nearest evac point that's near that, there's usually a leaper there as well. Usually, 50% of the time, 80% of the time, not 100, but there's a good chance of a leaper. So when I was getting light bulbs, I was also trying to get leaper pulse units. You only need 3. So those two can work hand in hand. But those 5 light bulbs, you're going to run that map at least 5 times, get in, get out. And if you don't see a leaper and you're at the evac, just get out and get back in. Guaranteed spawns are like 1 item per spawn, per that spot. It's not really worth your time since you're trying to rush this to just search around, because then you might get killed by somebody and lose everything. That's why a lot of people are going for the guaranteed spawns. Battery sensor, Exodus module. If I recall correctly, I think this I got... No, I think I did like Electrostorm or Night Raid or whatever. I think it was Spaceport. Now let me look up a map here. Shit. Hold on a second. Okay, I have this arcraiders interactive map. I'll show this to you too. This MetaForge app, I have this bookmarked. It kind of, my computer's kind of weak, so I use this to look at something real fast and then I get out. But I believe it's Spaceport and I think it's Rocket Assembly. I can go there anyways, but there, I think I found it in some lockers in the bottom. I feel very confident that that's the place I went to for it, and probably a night raid just to increase the chances of it. This is not a guaranteed spawn for that, but you might find that somewhere. I keep saying a lot. That's just because I'm trying to rush it. I keep fucking misclicking every possible fucking opportunity I possibly can. What is it called again? Exodus module. Oh, I guess it's crafting, right? See this? I have a lot of them now. So, you can get these from a lot of spots, but it is a purple item. So this one, it might be worth it playing on a night mode. Get it, get out. You need one for this, and your goal while doing this is just absolutely rushing through Expedition as fast as possible. The hardest part of Expedition isn't gathering all of these 4 stages, it's stage 5. So while you're doing this, you might as well pick up other high value loot and bring it with you, but don't focus on looting, because you're trying to get to stage 5 first. So, we did cooling fans, we did light bulb, Exodus module, humidifiers. Now this is really popular, and it has been a popular spot because everybody knows about this guaranteed spawn at this point, and it's a hot spot for PvP, mostly because of that, but it's also a center of this map. So this is going to be, and you do not need night mode for this. It's a guaranteed spawn. Get it, get in, get there fast, and get out. This is Buried City. And this is Red Tower. Right here. You're going to see a spot in Red Tower where you can kind of drop in. I'll go here to show you where you can drop in, and there's these lockers in there. It's a guaranteed once per game spawn. You're going to get in and get out. While I have the interactive map pulled up, I'm going to show you the light bulb spot. That's Dam Battlegrounds. Electrical substation is down here. It's this building here. I don't know why. I don't know. I've changed my show all. Okay, there we go. Electrical substation. There's this one car right here. The hood. You get in the hood. You get the light bulb. You get out. And then the evac is... it's up on this hill. Here it is, right here. And usually there's a leaper around here. So when I was doing the light bulb, if the leaper's here, I would, maybe carry a wolf pack in my butthole, or some blaze grenade. I don't even think I had wolf packs at that point, so it's blaze grenades, blaze traps, or whatever. And if I jumped in and I got the light bulb, I would swap out the blaze grenade or trap for the light bulb, because it's 1 per game. I don't want to do it again. And if I die, I want to at least take back that guaranteed spawn. But then I get here, maybe call the evac, maybe there's a leaper, so I start fighting it while I'm safe within the evac room, dodging it, killing hornets, whatever. You kill it, look around for other people, get on the leaper, get the pulse unit. If you got one, get out. It's get in, get out, get in, get out. We're not taking the time to loot. A lot of people, they're trying to do expedition, but they're trying to loot and play a game like normal at the same time. That's not the point. The point is to do this as fast as possible, especially because if your goal is to do the expedition, your focus should be the expedition, and then after you're done with it, you can go back to playing however the fuck you want to play. But ultimately, after, which we just saw the recent update on it, what we need, what the value determination is for what you get. So it's coins, it's 1 million equals 1 skill point. So whether it's 1 million in stash or coins, it combines. I think I'm at like 2.5 So it's like two skill points. Everybody wants to get 5 million value. So that's after expedition. Humidifier, I just showed you that. That was Red Tower and Buried City. You don't need night mode for that. Guaranteed spawn. Advanced electrical components, you can make those. Magnetic accelerators, leap repulse units. Magnetic accelerators are these. I think the spaceport, I'm just gonna call this video I hate it when people say too much, and I'm literally doing it. It's just because I'm trying to rush so much. So the spaceport, I believe rocket assembly. You know, you want to try to do a night mode on this so you can guarantee, it's not guaranteed, but increase the chances of getting those purple items. I'm sure there's a lot of other spots. I know that a lot of people have been finding some of these on Stella. However, I don't recommend Stella for most of this until the very end, because Stella is going to be a lot of PvP. So at this point, advanced electrical, I'm pretty sure that these can be made, I think. Could be wrong. Let's see here, refiner. Advanced electrical, you probably need level 3 in this. That's not too crazy to get. If not, then just look for them. You know, you're gonna find these in the same areas as well as you're finding other mechanical parts and whatnot. So also, if you see this, look at this, magnetic accelerator. So getting refiner to 3 is very useful for expedition. What else? That might be it for the list. So that brings us to 5. Once you get to 5, it's different. When you get to 5, you have to sell towards the expedition this amount of value for these items. Now, I'm going to bring up another image here pretty soon that's going to be more descriptive of this, but 250k in combat, 100k in survival, 180 in provisions, 300 in materials. You think it sounds easy until you start doing it, and then you really have to decide what you do or don't want to sell. But don't forget that after expedition happens, you lose everything. So I would recommend only keeping the items that you're actively using to do the expedition, because as soon as you finish it, you're going to build your stash back up very fast. And you've learned about all these little spots and these points and whatnot in the game that have high value for what you're looking for. So give me a second. Let me find this other image that specifically talks about stage 5. Okay, this is one that I posted in our little Discord here. So this is gonna be weird to show you, but this is where it gets specific. So combat items, 250k. If you're somebody that's been doing PvP this whole time and you have a lot of high level guns, you're gonna sell them here, okay? Another one is this image, which is mods. Sell it. Just fucking sell everything to get this done as fast as possible. That's what I did. That's the goal here. This one, I believe, is like the snap hook, which is worth a lot of money. No, it's this. Oh, so it's mines. Okay, you see the circle, the target? It's mines. So, where's that at? So mines, grenades, and then this is like a barrier. Who cares about that? This rare, it's not important. So you're gonna sell grenades, you're gonna sell mines, you're gonna sell guns, you're gonna sell mods. If you put mods on guns and sell the gun itself, I believe it's the same value as selling both. I don't think you have to take the mods off, but that's where you're gonna get to 250. Combat for me was difficult because I wasn't doing a lot of PvP at this point. This is very early on in my arcraiders career. I'm only now doing a lot of PvP, so I had to go do that. But you're not going to go to Stella, which is like the #1 PvP map, because everybody brings free loadouts. So you got to kind of figure that out. Or maybe you've unlocked your skill points to the point to where you can unlock the security cabinets or whatever, and then take home high-level combat items from that, or whatever. So when I had this, I had a bunch of wolf packs. Now I have the blueprint, but either way, I sold all of them. I just sold everything that I possibly could towards this to get it done as fast as possible, because I knew that if I got this done, if I got the expedition done fast, then I could go back to playing. And I did get my stash back up very fast. So I kept certain items for workbench level ups or for basic combat shit or whatever, but I was running fucking level 1 Pharaoh Stitcher and green shields augments during this entire process. So I wasn't really using any of the high level shit at that point. Survival, shields, you know what that is. And then this little thing, this is like the snap hook or whatever. Snap hook is worth a lot of money. I think it's 14k. Oh. I thought it was 14k. Maybe it's different. 15k. I don't remember. I thought it was. It could be. This could have been a different price. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? It's still worth a lot. This, I don't remember this matter. I remember this being, what is mattering? Is mattering a word? Mattering? I remember this mattering. I almost let that come out and I was like, is that a word, mattering? Do you ever say something? Oh, okay, look at this. Zipline. 3Ks, 1K each. Who gives a fuck? That's nothing. That's nothing in value. But if you got a bunch of all this shit, you're gonna sell it real fast. Just, let's look at all this let's sort this by value, and let's look at all the low level shit and just see how much it's worth real quick. So the combat items I'm going to skip because we are currently talking about survival, which is going to be healing, the gear icon, which is augments, shields, and then like the snap hook whatever icon, and then random icons. Healing is going to be where you're going to get the money on this, right? So what we need for this is just one example of what I have now, which I'm not even going to count my shields and augments at this time because they're all blue. So that's, I could just get there very easily with that. I keep fucking opening the wrong shit. I'm trying to fucking, it's like I'm nervous. I'm trying to just go so fast. What am I looking for? Oh, the value. Survival is 100k is so easy to get. For me, combat was the hardest and materials was the second hardest. Only because at this time, most of my materials were basic materials because I was holding too much of them and I didn't know what I could or couldn't sell or remove for the higher level materials because I was trying to do workbenches and shit. Now I'd recommend, if it's not like refiner or something you would use towards this, just sell it because you'll get it back. You'll get it back fast. You'll get it back faster if you finish this now and then go back to looting faster. If you split the difference and do both at the same time, you're never going to get anywhere. Focus expedition if this is what you really want to do. So my survival example. So everything besides combat. I'm not going to do shields. I'm not going to do augments because I didn't have those at this time. But if I just go here and I sort by value, and I go, let's say, boom, boom. And then we go all these. This is stuff that most people should have at this point, I would hope. Maybe you got one of these with you. Maybe you got some of these. Maybe you got a couple of these. Grenades don't matter. Let's just throw on one of these. Let's just throw on one of these. One of these. And then I don't remember if snap hook is a part of this or not. Let's see. This doesn't fuck up. It was. I had one snap hook at that time. I'm going to throw this in. Okay. So just with this, not including all the shields, not including the augments, and all these other little pieces that I skipped, because this would have been closer to where I was at that time, I'm at 87k out of 100. Boom. Sold. Very easy. Okay. You can get through this very fast. Provisions. Keys, worthless. I believe this is blueprints. I sold all of them during this time. Now that I know now what is more rare. I never had a Bobcat blueprint. If I did, and I know what I know now during that time, I would not have sold a Bobcat blueprint because it's one of the more rare ones. But at that time, I sold everything. A lot of people, they use them all and then sell them. But I thought, well, unfortunately, after Expedition, all your learned blueprints are gone. So I'm like, fuck it, let me just get this over with, and then I'll try again. This herb thing is gonna be seeds. That's where you're gonna really get the money, because I don't have that many now, but one stack of seeds is 10k. Seeds you get all the time. So I was stacking up seeds during this time, and then when I hit stage 5 to sell it, I sold all my seeds. I keep opening my fucking video thing. This is where I save my videos. Don't worry about that. I just close that because you click in the wrong fucking thing. So seeds are gonna be a lot of value. They're 10k per stack. This, I don't remember what this is, so who cares? Blueprints, I sold everything. Keys, I sold nothing because they're worth nothing. This, I deleted those for, I would recommend deleting those for more stash space. This is where you're getting the money. Trinkets. And the best place for trinkets, I will show this to you, even though I've spent too much time talking, but it's important to go through all this, is Buried City. Now, I highly recommend doing a night raid, but if you can't, that's okay. And there's a lot of spots. Most people go Grandioso Apartments for the trinkets. However, that's a very high PvP spot, so which I didn't really do too much at that time. What I did was I took a Raider hatch key, which is right here, and I went to this building right here, and I kept it a secret, but now it's been blasted on YouTube and a lot of people go there. So I'll show you that building, but I would get in, rush this building, hopefully on a night raid, because you get purples during night raids, and then I would just get all this shit, hop in the Raider hatch key, boom, get in there, sell it for expedition, buy another hatch key, or at that time I had more, so I would use them or whatever, and rinse and repeat. And that got me there very fast. Very fast. This building, there's one room in the very top where you get a bunch of trinkets, and if it's a night raid, you get a bunch of higher level trinkets. Highly recommend. If you're feeling confident, go to Grandioso too, but just know that that is a PvP spot, so there's a very high chance that you're going to be fighting people there. And then just focus those two, Raider hatch key, get the fuck out. Because it's just about getting in, getting out, getting money, finishing the expedition. That's provisions. So like I said, the hardest thing for me was materials and combat items, because I wasn't doing a lot of PvP, so I didn't have a lot of combat items. And then materials, I fucked up and I had mostly basic materials. But I think I just got to a point where I just kept getting more and more materials and then selling what I could. And then I learned later what I believe one of the best spots for materials, but it's very, very risky, and I'm sure there's other people that have better information on this, but I've spent a lot of time playing Stella, and I enjoy it thoroughly, so I know the map fairly well compared to other maps. And what I was doing towards the end of getting materials, because this is right around when Stella came out, I think, or I realized this, I finished my expedition and realized this after, is if you go to Stella and you go to the medical center, you're going to get a lot of blue. I don't have any now because they're all sold or whatever, but you're going to get a lot of blue materials that are worth like 3k each or whatever. And then several of them will stack. So you just get in there, you have to go fucking fast. And if you're not spawned close to medical, it's almost not worth it to do this. You can still try, because medical is a place that gets rushed by people. A lot of PvP goes down, and then you die, and then that's it. But if you're lucky to spawn close, get in, loot a couple of those rooms on the second floor, and then just get the fuck out. Get in, loot them, get out, and you're gonna pick up a lot of those blue little materials that are worth 3k each or some shit like that. I'll show you, don't worry. So I believe that covers everything. And then after you're done with this, you have to rebuild your stash to what we just learned recently is 5 million value, which is stash value including coins. Thank God they added coins. And then each 1 million is worth 1 skill point, and then you get a bunch of other shit. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you can look that up yourself. Okay, I've done too much talking. Let's jump right in. So the first thing we're going to look at here, let me Okay, we're done looking at this because I've talked enough about the value, so I'm going to show you those key items at this point. Keep fucking closing entirely out of my windows. We go back to this. Okay. Like I said, stage 1, very easy. That should be no problem. Stage 2, cooling fan. We know where we're going. And you could run like night mode or whatever on this just to increase your chances. I would recommend bringing a butthole with you. So let me resort this by category because that's what I'm used to looking at. Weapons. I'm probably just gonna throw in. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Throw in a kettle. Do I have a lower level of one of these? I might just do a kettle. Call it a day. Keep it really simple. Because I don't plan on killing any arc. And so if I do, I'll just take a lure grenade. And if I have to deal with people. So let's take simple 3 of these. Let's take probably. Oh my god. Hello? 3 of these. My lips are dry as fuck, that's why I keep doing that. Probably bring some basic grenades, shields. I don't have any greens. I don't have any greens right now. I don't really feel like making them or buying them, so I'm just gonna take blues anyways. No, I should be true. I should be true to you guys. Because I'm assuming you're in a similar spot as to where I am now. And if not, then yeah, take blues, you know, take whatever you can to, I think it's a gear bench. So I was running these, which when you run a free loadout, you can use your free loadout to buy one of these from one of the vendors or whatever for free. That's no problem. Light shields. Oh my god, I have no arc alloy. That's funny. So traders, I think it's clinic. Yeah, you can see you can trade one of your free loadouts to get this. Light Hello? Is there no light shield? Oh, here it is. Let's take one for now. Just kind of keep it true to where I was at when I did this. If that's the case, I might as well also make a Pharaoh one. I did use a Stitcher in the beginning. Now I feel like I'm personally a lot better with the kettle. So that's kind of more of my go-to, but I'll just make a Stitcher one anyways. We're going to take a few of these. Try to keep it true to what I was running in the beginning. So there's that. There's that. There's this. I have to have that up there. Ammo. Boom. Boom. And then we have the basic grenades. Lures in there. Safe pocket. I'm not trying to kill any leapers here, so I'm just going to run with this. Now, once again, we have finished the first thing at this point, and a lot of these are easy as well, so we're focused on cooling fans right now. Spaceport, there's an electro storm, which is very good for us, but it's a lot more dangerous. So let's just try that first. Very, very medium to light loadout here. This is nothing too expensive or too crazy. This is something that anybody can craft from the beginning, or buy, or use free loadout augments to turn into the lighthouse. Very easy stuff. And maybe I was running bandages in the beginning instead of sterile bandages or something like that. But as you keep playing and progress, you gain more shit. Which is another reason why I want to do Expedition. Because if I don't, I'm going to eventually gather so much high-level loot that that's all I'm going to have. And then maybe I'll be really good at the game and I'll have high-level loot. But then is that fun? I think I'll get bored. I'd rather restart and have a skin that nobody else has or something like that. You know? Alright. I do have my gamma hacks on, so I'll talk about that real quick. The rain's a little loud. That was one of my other videos you can go watch. I made a video on the gamma hacks.
Hello?
So I'm not going to go over it, but go watch that video. You have to have the NVIDIA overlay and all that jazz if you don't know about it. It's in the beginning. You see my video labeled gamma hacks or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Somebody was here. Okay. So, we are focused. We came here specifically to have a butthole. We are going to go right here to launch towers. There's probably going to be people. We're not very close to it. I think during this time, I was very friendly to people. Just because I wanted to get my shit and get out. I think people on this map with the Electrostorm and whatnot going on are not going to be friendly. There's also going to be a lot of arc to deal with, which is why I bought a lure grenade. I almost always, when I take a loadout, take one lure grenade. Because sometimes you get backed up against the arc, and then you gotta move them away from you. There's a lot of good shit on this map that I would love to have. I think this thing's gonna fucking see me. Dude. Okay, definitely don't get caught up in that. Never get caught up in that. That'll ruin your entire life in fucking seconds. As soon as we go around this corner, we're going to start to see a lot more arc. Somebody's been in here. Oh. Somebody's fighting something back there. Okay, pay attention to the arc. Usually there's a rocketeer or some bullshit around here. We're lucky to get maybe a clear pathway. This might be a dead rocketeer right here. Not, but somebody did come through here. Everybody handles the towers differently. Some people go right up into it, some don't. I like to go right up into it, roll the dice. Sometimes there's pops right away, sometimes there's mines, sometimes there's people. Just have your gun ready. Okay. Nobody. Here's the yellow lockers. Cooling fan. See what I'm talking about? Boom. Butthole. And look at that. What else did we get? Sensors. I don't remember if there's any on the other side. Look at this. All these sensors. I'm not looking for anything else right now. It's a good map to do it on right now, but I'm just focused on this video for you guys. So I'm just gonna roll over here just to see if there's yellow lockers on this side. I don't remember if it's both sides or not. So I definitely need some of the shit that's in here. Like I could use these probes for my trials, but okay. So it's only the one side with yellow lockers, but you saw we got a cooling fan, we got sensors. I could get out here if I wanted to. I have to go. This feels like a safer run
Head
over
home at the
here.
west elevator.
So we're gonna try to make this run, but you got the point. Like, I already put my one thing in the butthole, and I got the other things too, so... There's a rocketeer right here. I think. So even if I die... Thought I heard somebody over here. Either way, there's a rocketeer right above us, I believe. He is right there. Turns around. We can't go, because we're not trying to fight him right now. Just loot what I can while I'm waiting. Somebody's already here anyways. Rubber parts, seeds, more stuff you need. Alright, so you're gonna, especially if you do map condition, you're gonna find a lot of the shit you need. Let's see where he's at now. You need, see I just killed some arc. It's rubber parts, nothing. Maybe we got alloy off of one of these. Alloy you need, right? Bunch of shit. Where's this guy? Okay, he's there. We're gonna get out of here. Leaper. I'm gonna try to do a wide berth here. I might have to go underground right here. Don't really know where the leaper's at. Okay, so he's could be coming towards me. I'm gonna go down. I don't know if this guy's trying to kill people or not. He might just be killing this. I'm just gonna go. 'Cause they're all doing their own thing. Trying to help you kill it real quick. I'm just rolling through. Good luck, bro. So I don't think I was doing an electric storm or whatever when I got the cooling fans. I think I just rushed it on a normal day and got it. Hello there. Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
You friendly?
Yeah, I'm friendly. What happened to this guy?
Gold mine right here.
Alright, thank you for telling me.
Yeah, take whatever the guy has left.
Another guy. What's up, dude? We're all friendly. Yeah, we're all trying to leave, yeah.
Let's go!
Alright. GG's, guys. Good raid.
Alright, man. I mean, let's put that.
Yeah, see, I'm usually friendly on when I'm trying to get stuff. When I was getting stuff for the expedition, I was definitely friendly.
Thank you, fellas.
GG's.
GG's.
Just because, why start a fight when you're just trying to get shit and get out? So. As you saw there, we got a lot of shit we needed. Which I don't need now. So I'll probably sell most of it. But just to show you, that's the spot for cooling fans. However, we got, I mean, yeah, we got lucky on some stuff. Seeds, you're gonna use to sell. Sensors you need for something. Obviously rubber parts you need. You know, this turns into rubber parts right here, so you recycle. Rubber parts, it's 22 rubber parts. Arc alloy you needed for one of the stages. And the cooling fan. So there you can see what was needed. So I'm going to stash some of this. Some of the stuff that I want to stash. I might just throw 5 of these in there. What are these for? So this is my hash key, blah blah blah. I might have to make some hatch keys during this video, so I'll put some of those in there. Take that, why not? Yeah. This I can, because I could use those. This I'm gonna sell, even though you should not do that. Didn't use anything, because we were friendly, and we're back to the same loadout. So that checks off cooling fans. Now obviously you're going to run that a few times. And clearly I would have gotten sensors. I just got so many sensors off that. So I'll show you that. Let me go pee. How much more time? 15, and then I'll show you the other spot on spaceport. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the other spaceport spot, which I believe I said you could do, did I close my fucking, how do I just always close shit, not paying attention. So Exodus module and magnetic accelerators, potentially. And Electrostorm, Night Raid, whatever, is very good for this as well. Which, none of those are needed. For the cooling fans, I believe, those yellow lockers are almost, they might be guaranteed. I don't remember if they're guaranteed, but either way, you're going to rush that spot in Spaceport because it's a high PvP spot. So we're going to go back, Electrostorm, same loadout. And now we're going to go for those higher tier components, assuming that you don't have a level 3, what was it, refiner workbench or whatever that lets you just make those. And the accelerator. I don't think you can make Exodus module. But I'll show you where I found these. And I think this was a Google recommendation. Alright, we are on the other side of the map, which is very unfortunate, so I'm fucking bucket. I'm just gonna run there. 800 meters. I'm not gonna stop to get any of my trial shit. that I really want to get while I'm here, but I'm just going to say that out loud and maybe a few times to remind myself. Because this is a long run. With a lot of arc on the way. Maybe I should leave and come back and just hope for a better spawn.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm just trying to
spawn on the wrong side.
I'm just trying to.
Okay,
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, you're
Me
in
too.
the same spot.
Yeah.
Trying to do your keys or something.
No, I'm recording a YouTube video trying to help people get expedition done faster.
Trying to get to that 5 million kind of thing too.
I am personally, but I've seen a lot of people are trying to rush expedition right now, and I was able to kind of do it fast. So I'm just kind of showing spots for spawns and whatnot. Good luck out there, dude.
Yeah, you too.
I mean, we can be far away, but like being on the opposite side of the map during an electro storm is like a lot less than I do. And there's only 9 minutes, so if I get it again, I might as well just run there at this point. The rocket assembly building is very good for those items that we're looking for. Exodus module, magnetic accelerators. But the thing is that playing on a map condition, like a night raid or electro storm, very much so increases the chances. So that's why this is a very good example right now, because you don't always have that option. And you might find those other places, so just remember, make your own checklist that you have up while you're playing, or whatever, that you can see what you need. Okay, so we're on this side at least.
Go to the rocket assembly.
I was definitely a little bit laggy coming in. I can't really tell if I still am. Might be. So again, 800 meters away. But at least this time we're on the other side of the map. So I can just have a safer passage, hopefully. Okay, there's a big bad boy right there. Might have to use my lure grenade. I've added somebody. I got somebody. It's unfortunate. Have to go across. I could go left. Take a wide berth. I think I'll do that. We're inside. There might be people, there might be robots. Where I found a lot of mine, there's a lot of spots, but it's definitely lockers like this. Sometimes you can open them, sometimes you can't. But there's several spots in here. I think up here there's lockers. This guy's trying to find something. So they've already been searched. This is the building. So you're gonna go around and look for lockers. Those red ones, usually they spawn something in them. This time they didn't, unfortunately. I don't really know if there's other locations for those. But up here there's lockers. Guys doing some stuff over there. I don't really remember the way up. This guy might try to kill us. If he does, that's okay. Looks like he's kind of camping out this area. There is no upper part of this. Thought there was. Breaching stuff, especially the map condition, is a very good idea as well. Just be careful of players like this guy here. I don't know if he's still here or not. I'm trying to walk around and show you the area. Oh, here's another locker right here. See? Magnetic accelerator. So, some proof for you. I definitely got those items here. Usually this one down here has some. I'm surprised that there's nothing that can be opened there. This guy's clearly looted in here. He might be waiting for me so he can kill me. Like I said, if he does, that's alright. I showed you the spot on the map. Looking for lockers inside. I'm just gonna hit this real quick. Maybe I'll die for it. Nothing too crazy. Rubber parts off of that if we want. Oh, I can't see behind me. Look at that advance. More sensors, more rubber parts. So, we're gonna call that successful. It might take you a few days, a few tries, but this is where you want to go for that. So, it's a long journey back home. I'm gonna start heading that way. I'm sure there's more containers to search in here. But regardless, you got the point. We got our accelerator. I think those are typically pretty easy to get for the most part. I mean, definitely always map conditions is very helpful. We might not make it out of here. Just with everything that's going on. Now I'm out in the open like an idiot. Rocketeer might come this way. Usually they just circle the towers, but if you aggro them, I'll come for you. Oh, that's right. I forgot I can't get over. Oh boy. Now we're getting shot at.
An arc orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. You have 10 minutes to return to Speranza. I repeat, 10 minutes.
There goes the lure grenade. I'm gonna head over here. And I'm dead. I don't think there's any way I can get out of here now. But if I came for Exodus module's magnetic accelerator, well, I just got one of those. So it's in my butthole. This is a medium to light loadout. To me, it's worth it. So we got the accelerator. So just keep going there. And you can find those items in other locations, but I just remember that spot, rocket assembly, being a good spot. And if you're in a map condition, definitely a better spot. So now we're gonna go to dam for the light bulbs. And this is a good leaper spot too, as well. So I might usually take a wolf pack grenade, and I'll put that in my butthole just in case somebody kills me. I'll save it till I need it. Maybe some blaze grenades or blaze trap or whatever. Okay, let me fix my gamma hacks because it's going to be way too bright. Lagging again. I need to reset the game after this one, I think.
This is Celeste.
Sometimes it's
The
just
water intake is in the flood access
not
tunnel.
good.
One of the few places topside where the water's
You can
reliably
see my
clean.
mouse moving around
Or
super slow.
used to be, anyway.
Opposite side of the map, not a fun time.
Go to the electrical substation.
1,000 meters, we're not going to do that. So let's try to
Head home
reset.
with the North Complex elevator.
Back to dam. Hopefully we get a spawn that's at least not on the other side of the map, just so I can show you the light bulb location. Okay. Oh, very good. We're right here. So here's electrical.
Let's go to the electrical substation.
All we can do at this point is hope we don't get fucking murked for no reason, which is still likely to happen. So this is the one, the light bulbs. It was so annoying. I always searched the other cars here. It was not worth it. So just come back here, the very back of electrical substation. There's one white car in the back. Guaranteed spawn light bulb. Straight to the butthole. And then leave. And then just keep doing it. You need 5. And you can search the other cars if you want, but you're risking yourself for other players and other things to happen. And I've had friends find them from these cars and from other cars in the game, but they're not guaranteed spawns, whereas that one white car is. And then just right over here is the evac. I do not recommend doing this on a map condition, just because it's a guaranteed spawn, so there's no point in doing it. And then you might not get this evac. Now usually, not all the time, but usually there's a leaper that spawns somewhere up here. And I'm not hearing it now, so might be one of the times in which that didn't happen. But what I would do is typically take a wolf pack. If people are killing each other over there. Take a wolf pack over here. Sometimes it's a little bit down here. Or there's times like right now where there's none. But there's a chance. And I got a lot of my leap or pulse units just from running for the light bulbs. Sometimes they're over there on the other side of that building. But you gotta get 5 light bulbs, so I recommend getting in and getting out, because there's many other places you can get leap or pulse units. Hello there. Hello. Are we friends?
I'm just checking the pipeline. You're good to leave.
Alright. That's it. It's a guaranteed spawn. So I ran that motherfucker 5 times to get 5 light bulbs. I tried other cars. It ended up being a waste of time. I recommend doing that. Right here, electrical substation on dam. This one car. Don't do a map condition. It's not worth it. And then sometimes you'll get a leaper that spawns here, which is where you're gonna go to evac anyways. So I often took a... I don't think I had wolf packs during that time. This is very early on that I got these. So I think I would take like blaze grenades or traps or whatever in my butthole, and then, you know, I would often get leaper pulse units at the same time. I think you only need 3 leaper pulse units. Yeah, you only need 3. So the last thing is humidifiers, so I'll show you that. And then I'll show you where to go for provisions and my idea of materials. But the materials one is very risky because it's on Stella. Okay, so we're gonna go Buried City for the so now we're on stage 5. You've gotten all the other stuff and you've sold stuff, and now maybe you need more money for the provisions, which trinkets is the best. It's just the best. You get some of them, you get 5k worth or whatever. So I'll show you my one spot. Now, most people like to go to Grandioso Apartments. That's why I kind of avoided this in the beginning, because I wasn't trying to do PvP. Oh, you know what? I will take a Raider hatch key, just to show you, because there's right next to where we're going to go, there's a Raider hatch right next to it. So if we're lucky enough to get in and get out, it'll kind of show you what I did. And I was lucky to do that. I was lucky to do that on a few night raids, and I got all the money I needed. So we shall see. Oh, well, I could also show you the humidifiers while we're here. It's the same spot. Let's go here first. So this is the building. So like I said, we can go to Grandioso, but a lot of PvP happens there.
Rewire it so my surveillance gets priority. The rest of the grid can go dark, for all I care.
I really need to turn off the... Thought I heard somebody. I could have. I'm gonna try to avoid that. Somebody shielded up over here. So there's usually some pops in here. Might be a person too. The room's been open. Hello there.
Hello.
How you doing?
What about you?
I'm good. I'm just gonna look around here. This is the room.
Look from here.
Everything's yours.
There's been a hatch key.
I got one with me. I heard a zipline near us.
Yeah, you talked.
So you can see this guy got here first, but this is a very, very good spot for trinkets. And especially if you come here on a night raid or something like that.
Is that your trip thing or something?
I didn't put anything down.
No, I don't even need to. If someone's already in there, I don't need to come in.
So he got here first, but this is a good spot. I didn't get too much. I could show you Grandioso. I'm sure people went there already. But if you come into this room, especially if you take a Raider hatch key,
Where do I gotta go? I gotta go to this broken highway.
which is right there. There's a Raider hatch. You can get in and get out and get in and get out and just make a bunch of money. But you know what? While I'm here, I'm just going to double up on this video and try to show you the red tower and where to
Let's
go
to the red tower.
for guaranteed spawn humidifiers. So like I said, you can go to Grandioso Apartments, but it's a very high PvP area. Somebody's fighting something out here. Red Towers typically also has quite a lot of PvP. We're gonna take the long way around. Look at these right here. It's not a good look. So I can... I think somebody put this down, maybe. Not entirely sure. Either way, we're just passing through. Two red towers. Any of these buildings, you know, especially if you find these, you can find more trinkets typically. Right here, these can both be turned into fabric. Same with this, which as we discussed before, you definitely need. All this, because you need durable cloth. So all the fabric items can be turned into durable cloth. I never really looted like this when doing expedition stuff. I'm just trying to show you this red towers joint here. They're trying to kill that anyways right now. So when you get to this building, the red towers building, red towers, whatever it's called, there's one spot, and I think it's right here. Yep, right here. You drop down to this little area. And then it's these lockers right here. Guaranteed spawn humidifier. Let's see. Boom. Humidifier. See what I'm saying? Oh. Well, we don't have any more space. Let's just see what we get from this. That's pretty nice. Even if I die, I was able to show you. Oh, see, look at that. I was able to show you in one video, like, some decent stuff here. I think I can leave off of this. Not too bad. So we could go for a raider hatch, but this is right here anyways. We can go down.
Let's go to the courtyard entrance.
You saw the spots, you saw the locations. There's a lot more loot to be had, obviously. Let's just get up. So whether we die or not, I'll go over it again in the map, but luckily I was able to show you both of the spots on this one game. I'm being greedy. Never pass up a ducky. It's okay for now. That was good. So that first spot I showed you, that little apartment in the top where the guy already was at, no. This one right here. And there's Grandioso, so you can always go there, but like I said, it's high PvP. So I was doing I was lucky to get a lot of like night raids and shit. In the beginning, I took a raider hatch key, so I was able to get in here and get like 50k worth of trinkets. Usually you get purples on a night raid, and then hop into the raider hatch, get out, get in, get out. And then over here, I believe is the red tower, and you saw the one guaranteed spawn of the humidifier. So you might have to run that every single time. I mean, how many do we need? You need 5. So at this point you're on stage 4, so hopefully you've got your leaper pulse units and everything else, and then that should kind of bring you to here. And then provisions, I just showed you that because that was difficult for me. Survival's pretty easy for the money. Combat was only difficult for me because I didn't do a lot of PvP in the beginning, so that one took, I think, more time than any of the others. Materials, I messed that up by not having a lot of more higher value materials and having too many of the low value. So then I'll show you one more spot, which is the infamous Stella map, which is definitely kill on sight. So hopefully I can show you this without getting annihilated before I get there. This is my idea of a good spot to go for the material money part of the extraction. Everybody's different. Everybody's been playing a different type of way. But if you're new and you want to do extraction, I think this video will help you. If you're where I started, which was like, let's say midway or between new and midway, because I didn't have any of the gear that I have now when I did extraction. And Stella, I believe, wasn't out yet, so I was running a lot of those loadouts I was showing you. You want to take a loadout for most of those, especially on the guaranteed spawn locations. So you can put that one light bulb in your butthole or put that one humidifier in your butthole and guarantee that you're getting it. Because if it's guaranteed spawn, you're taking an entire run to get one item. So you might as well guarantee that it's coming back with you. So, free loadout, start with the Pharaoh. We're not that close to medical,
Let's go
but
to medical
I do my
research.
best to show it to you. People are going to kill on sight here. It's just kind of the way this map goes now. We can try to be friends, but the likelihood of that's very low. A little bit of a slide there. I like to hop across right here. It might be okay because there's already some action going on. And then this is medical, and there's already people here. Might have to fight. These rooms that I'm in right now are the ones you're gonna have to loot that we're talking about. Somebody out here though. So I guess I'll try to show you some of it before I die. File scanner or this, all the blue shit. It's worth money. People lower in this other room. I think he's below because there's a body down there. So all these little rooms, they have what you're looking for. I might try to get this guy if I can. I don't think I can with a Pharaoh. The likelihood of us getting out of this alive is very low. Person he killed is right here. All these little rooms. I'm gonna try to show you one of my favorite spots. It's this room right here. I've done a lot of rat shit in this room. Thought I would have seen this guy by now. And somebody's already looted in here anyways. Adrenaline shots I don't think can be used for materials. Be a medical item. Yeah, it's a medical item. So you have these. We're at 10K already. But people have been here, so just be prepared. This is the way it goes now in Stella. So maybe if you've done everything else and you're just kind of trying to get some materials value done. These right here. These are good examples right here.
Head home at the loading bay metro.
So, I'm gonna go with this. I don't know what happened to this guy. I'm sure he's still around here somewhere. Just all running in there. Some people try to loot these. I've never gotten anything really good out of these containers here. Sometimes you hear a blender boy down here. You just have to kind of deal with it. This one. Well, he killed a person that was in there. Because I'm pretty sure I heard a don't shoot, which don't ever trust a don't shoot. But even just with that very tight scenario, and I was lucky that when I started doing Stella, it was right when it came out, so people are kind of friendly in the beginning. Let's see our value we have on these. But these are the blue material items I'm talking about. So, in the medical area, there's quite a bit of them. If you do a night raid, there's going to be more, they're going to be better, so on and so forth. You get how it goes. So, I guess you could sell batteries. I guess that counts too. So everything besides this, potentially. Let me just sell what I don't need here. Well, I'll show you how to turn that into something. You should know that by now, but if you don't, that's okay. Okay. So all of these materials, you see the little wrench. So right now we're running with just a very fast little run here. 21,000. And if you can get there first and you get out, which is difficult on Stella, and this was a very, like, people were already there before us, so this is like a very second-hand search. That's 21,000 on a very quick game out of 300, which is a lot. But that's why I think Stella is one of the best for getting that last little piece of the expedition. So, that being said, after you finish the expedition, you have to have your stash value and your coin value up. So you're going to want to manage your stash better and just bring home as much good shit as you can. But getting the skill points includes coins, so there's no reason to hold on to all this shit you're not going to use. You might as well sell it, which I'll keep actually these. So do that, we'll do that, we'll do this. And then lastly, this is something everybody should know, but just in case you don't, I have a free loadout box from leaving the game successfully with a free loadout. So now that I'm here, you can see I can trade that for this augment, which you should always do for whichever one you want. I mean, there's several options here. I mean, this one lets you use medium shields, so I'll probably go with that because I have a lot of medium shields at this point. But you should always do that, just simply for the fact that the value is higher on this. So I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna show my last little pictures one more time, go over this one more time. Here you have the stages. The first one everybody should be able to get. The second one, cooling fans, again, you're gonna get at Spaceport in the launch towers in the yellow lockers. I don't remember if that's guaranteed spawn or not. It probably is, because I've always got them there. High PvP area, get in, get out fast. Light bulbs, the white car and the electrical substation in the hood, guaranteed spawn. Don't do map conditions. However, when you take the evac over there, I've got most of my Leaper pulse units that I needed for this and just in general from that Leaper, because I would say it's a 50% spawn now, but when I did this, it felt like more of an 80% spawn. But I mean, you might as well take some blaze grenades and shit with you just in case it happens to spawn, so you can just grab that one Leaper unit or whatever while you're already on your way out with the light bulb. But the light bulb is what should be in your butt, because you're going to have to run that 5 times since it's guaranteed spawn. Exodus modules and magnetic accelerators, I got all of those from Spaceport Rocket Assembly. Highly recommend map conditions, just so you can increase the chances of that, but you're going to look for the lockers in there, especially those red ones I showed you in the very bottom. Unfortunately, in this video, they had nothing, but for some reason, when I went there, they did. Humidifier, red tower, buried city, guaranteed spawn. Just run, run a loadout, a cheap loadout, get in, get it, get out, get in, get it, get out. Coins, combat, you're gonna get that as you go. Survival is probably the easiest one to get. And provisions is buried city. If you can do a night raid, go to the spot I showed you. You can go to Grandioso Apartments, but expect PvP. But if you take, what I did was take a Raider hatch key in my butthole, and I went there and I grabbed, and almost got purples every time, 5, 10, 15. So usually average 50k run, and on 180k, that's not difficult. And there's other stuff a part of provisions too, don't forget. Materials, like I said, I fucked that up the first time, but I just showed you the Stella run, which is pretty decent, because you're going to get a lot if you can get there fast. And then you have a lot of other options for this. Once again, I recommend selling almost everything you don't absolutely need to get through this and finish it, because you have to build your stash back up anyways when you're done. So trying to split the difference and do both, or split the difference and loot while you're also gathering this, you're going to take much more time. I didn't do that. I rushed through this shit and I got it done very fast. So that's that. And then lastly, once again, I will show you the last stage selling stuff. So I ignored this. I sold everything, even all of my wolf packs besides like one. Sold these, sold a lot of my high level guns. I might have saved like my highest, most valuable gun, stuff like that. Mods, I think I realized later that even if you put mods on guns, which saves you a lot of space, so you should do that. It's the same value, so you'll get combat. Survival is the easiest one, just in shields and health items alone, but anything else that you have that helps you along with that, you'll get that very easy. Provisions, we just talked about that. You're going to get a lot of that from that one spot, at the very least, in Buried City. Blueprints, I mean, whatever you know, you can't keep. So like, if you're learning the night, what is it called? The night light or whatever, the light stick blueprints, you're wasting your time. Those should always be sold. They're absolutely useless. Keys are not worth anything. They take up space. Just get rid of them. Seeds. This is really just going to be about seeds. Because a lot of your other harvested items, your fruit, produce, whatever, you're going to use to upgrade Scrappy. So, stack seeds. You get seeds all the time. All the time. And one stack is worth 10k. Lastly, materials. Keep a lower amount of the basics. You get them all the time. They're not worth that much money. And just don't be afraid to sell the other ones. Just don't be afraid. I was too afraid and it took me too long. And then that last little Stella situation we just did will help you out quite a bit. Now, lastly, so upgrade Scrappy, upgrade your stash. Those should always be first. And then I think lastly, what I can say, I guess we could look at workshops. Refiner is huge if you can get Refiner to 3, because you could just make the magnetic accelerator, advanced electrical, you know what I mean? Like sensor, like, well, maybe not sensors, but a lot of the shit you need for Expedition is going to be in here. And you can just craft it. Very easy to do. Medical is another good one to have maxed out, just because you're going to use a lot of shields and shit. Like, you're going to rip through all of these all the time. So, durable cloth. Make sure you're keeping all that fabric, because you do need a lot of durable cloth, and it costs a lot of fabric to make one. It costs 14. So, just keep that in mind. Gear benches, this is going to be mostly augments and shields, so that's not really absolutely necessary for Expedition, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I don't remember which one required lever pulse units. I think one of them did. I didn't even upgrade that until I finished that section of Expedition, just because I wanted to rush it. Like, my focus when I went through that was to rush it. Explosives, I mean, who cares, honestly? Like, whatever. And then this one you can't even upgrade, so that's it. That's it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This was more of an informative video. I'm gonna go back to being a horrible person and doing rat shit, because I love it and I love this game. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I will answer them to the best of my ability, but this is how I got to how I finished the Expedition, and I finished it very fast using these methods. So, goodbye.